Hello, it's Mark Tracy in Tampa, Florida, and I would like to share with you my experience of being a walk-on athlete at a university. It was a wonderfur thing. I had run at Woodside High for most of my high school, and I was coached by Jim Luttrell, who was a star hurdler at Stanford University. And long story short, I was deciding between a private university in the majestic mountains out west, or to be a mighty USC Trojan down in Southern California. Well, I chose to go to the mountains out west, and they had famous runners who had gone to that university. They're probably one of the top two in the nation from the 80s with respect to others, schools, especially with respect to Oregon, and there's other great ones. But the school, this year they had, the men had just won the men's collegiate cross-country championship. So they were doing well way back in the day, and they're on top of the mountain now. But what's the beauty of being a walk-on? Well, you're a student athlete, and there's no strings attached. People aren't demanding stuff from you, and you're doing it. You love the sport. My coach out there had been there for 30 years, about 30 years. He had been a runner. It was like talking and getting to learn from Socrates, or do we dare say Obi-Wan? And then Olympians would be there, or future Olympians or past Olympians. Oh, get to talk to them, and there's the camaraderie. So what would a run like be kind of around this time? Well, they would start a few weeks later, but imagine getting to get in vans and then drive up to near Sundance. Oh yeah, you've been to ski resorts. Imagine getting to run up the mountains. And we say run up the mountains, it would be nice paved roads. But then I remember just being so youthful, and it's like, yes, we can do it. And when the coach asks, it's what we want to do. It's why we're there. Yeah, paid my own private tuition, paid for my own shoes. I had to buy special insurance to cover me on the workout because the school insurance wouldn't do it. I was on a $32 a week food budget. Oh yeah, food for less. Some of us remember that. Well, we get in the vans and we go up near Sundance, and then we'd get out and then we'd run, and it was working those hip flexors, and my thighs got so big running up those mountains that I couldn't wear 501s anymore. I was splitting the seams of those bad boys. But then, as we got up to a high point in running, Coach would say, "Hey, I know of a place that's even steeper, closer to Sundance." Just like, oh yeah, that's what we want to do. It's like Robert Redford, he's got a place at Sundance, let's do it. And I'm thinking, maybe I'm going to see Robert Redford, and then it's even steeper. Oh, the joy, the beauty of it, to feel so good as if you were running with angels in the mountains. So that was the good of being a walk-on, that it's for the pure love, that you're craving for the knowledge the different people would share with you. And yes, it was some intense running to be able to be there, to experience it, to understand. And the studies there was very rigorous. Oh yes, I remember that semester of Stats 222, Calculus, Math 119, and Accounting 201. Ugh, it's like a gut punch even saying that. So I know what it's like for the rigors, the academic rigors, the physical, pushing it to beyond where you maybe thought you could be, or where I could be. But having said that, I went for it. It was one of my dreams. And now, as I go forward, and I'm, carrying the Tracy's torch and expanding this across the world, little did I know that I learned Portuguese when I was in Brazil. Then I studied Portuguese at that school. Little did I know that I would be using that to reach to make available to reach about 220 million people in Portuguese, and to be writing stuff in English and Portuguese, and to be launching this out to help people be safer across the world. Didn't know I was going to be doing that. But in the wrap up, all of those hard trainings academically and physically are helping me do what I do. And I still have the love to train. Here I was just swimming. Do I run much now? I like to I like to jog on the beach or trails on a softer surface. I smile this big when I see something like that out on the beaches. Well, that's what it's like to be a loving, young, enthusiastic walk-on. You're not asking things from anybody, not making any demands. The only thing I ever heard us ask our coach was maybe a little bit more time to warm up. All right, there it is, the joys of being a walk-on, the love of the sport, rigorous academics, becoming a better person. Take care.